to Storytellers Unite. I am so excited to be back filming today. I am on my Christmas holidays and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do a Christmas edition of Storytellers Unite. So I really hope that your child enjoys this story. It is going to be the Nativity. I'm really looking forward to it. If they do enjoy this video and if you enjoy this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. And also, if you felt like you could share it on your social media with grandparents, other parents, maybe anyone who wants to listen to a nativity at this time of year, that would be amazing. And here's to just wishing you an absolutely wonderful and the best possible Christmas that you can have this year. It's been a crazy year and this was birthed in lockdown, and I have gone back to work full time, but it's still happening, it's still in the background, and it's still definitely something that I absolutely love. So yeah, here's to hoping and praying that 2021 is a more joyful, more peaceful year for all of us. I really hope that you enjoy the story. Hello storytellers, welcome back to Storytellers Unite. It is so wonderful to be back with you guys. I hope that you are having a wonderful Christmas holiday so far. Maybe you've eaten some chocolate. I know I have. Maybe you have seen a reindeer, or maybe even Santa Claus himself. He was outside my house yesterday on a sleigh. It was so exciting. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas holiday. I thought I would pop on here and tell you a story about the birth of baby Jesus. Now, if you know about the Nativity already, maybe you did a show at school, maybe you learnt about it at nursery, or maybe your mummy or daddy or grandma or grandpa has told you about the Nativity. Can you give me a big Christmas jazz hands? If you have heard of the Nativity at home, show me a big Christmas jazz hands like this. Let me see. Oh my goodness, lots of you know about the Nativity. Now, before we start our story, what do we normally do? Now, it's been a very long time, so I'm just going to have a think a minute. We do our storytelling chant. So, I'm going to say, storytellers, and you're going to say, unite. Yeah? Do you think you can do that for me? Storytellers! Storytellers! Oh, fantastic. I could hear you all the way in my house. Great chanting, everybody. Now, this story starts 2,000 years ago. Well, I mean, I am 20 years old, but I'm definitely not 2,000 years old. 2,000 years ago. That is a very, very long time. Now, there was a girl and she was called Mary. And there was a man and he was called Joseph. And Mary was meant to marry Joseph. Mary was busy doing work one day when an angel appeared. And the angel said, "Do not be afraid." Do you know what, guys? If an angel came to visit me, I think I might be a little bit afraid. Maybe even a little bit frightened. So, can we have a go at doing the sign language for afraid? So it's like this, okay? 2 hands. Afraid. Yeah? Or panic. Do not be afraid. Have a go for me. Can you do that sign at home? Panic or afraid. So, the angel said to Mary, "Do not be afraid. God has been kind to you. You are going to have a baby boy and you will call him Jesus." Now, Mary knew that she had to tell Joseph really, really quickly. So she told Joseph, and Joseph was really worried. He thought, how can she be having a baby? And he wasn't sure if he should marry Mary. But an angel came to Joseph as well and said, "Do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife." So everything's all good. Now, Mary and Joseph had to go to a place called Bethlehem. Now, a man called Caesar Augustus had called all the people to go back to their hometown because they had to pay some money, some taxes. Can you show me money like this? Yeah? They had to pay some money. Might get some out of my pocket. Had to pay some money. Okay? So, they had to travel a really long way. So they travelled along. Now, Mary actually had a donkey, but I don't have a donkey with me today because I would like you to be the donkey at home. So, you might find some big ears, okay, and lots of teeth. Okay, donkeys have got very big teeth, yeah? And I would like you to pretend to be a donkey, okay? Now, my donkey's going to go, ee-oh, ee-oh. Okay, what noise is your donkey going to make? Can you have a go at being a donkey at home? Maybe you might have a brother or a sister at home with you and they could sit on your back and pretend to ride the donkey. Have a go for me. Oh, great work, guys. So, Mary was actually riding on a donkey and they rode all the way to Bethlehem. 70 miles. 70 miles. Gosh. So far. And they travelled all the way to Bethlehem. But when they got to Bethlehem, there was an innkeeper man. Okay? Now, I'd like you to pretend to be the innkeeper. So, my first innkeeper is going to be a little bit grumpy, okay? And a little bit stressed because the town when they arrived was very busy. So I'd like you to show me your grumpy face, okay? I'm going to do hands on hips like this. And he says, there is no room at my inn. Can you say that for me? There is no room at my inn. There is no room at my inn. Oh, great work, guys, okay? So really thinking about that angry tone of voice, bit of a frown, okay? Have another go. You might even wag your finger. There is no room at my inn. There is no room at my inn. Oh, excellent acting, guys. Brilliant work. Okay, so Mary and Joseph, they are feeling a little bit sad now, guys, okay? There's no room at the inn. And Mary is about to have a baby. Gosh. So they move along to the next inn, okay? Now this innkeeper, okay, he's not going to be angry, but he's just a bit sad because he's got no room at his inn either, but he does feel sorry for them and he's kind. So he's going to say, I'm really sorry, but there's no room at my inn. Can you say that for me? I'm really sorry, but there's no room at my inn. Have a go. I'm really sorry, but there's no room at my inn. Oh no. Maybe even a bit of a sad face, maybe a bit folded arms, okay? I'm really sorry, but there's no room at my inn. Oh, gosh, Mary and Joseph are starting to get a little bit panicked, particularly Joseph because he's trying to look after Mary and she's about to have a baby. Gosh, thankfully, they turned up to the next innkeeper and he said, I don't have any room, but I have a stable. So Mary and Joseph went into the stable with some animals. Now I'd like you guys to be the animals. So there were some sheep. So can you show me your best sheep? Ba, ba. Have a go. Ba, ba. There were some sheep. There were some cows. Can you do cows for me? Moo. Have a go. Moo. And there were some more donkeys. So the donkey's got some friends now. So can you do your donkey again for me? E-oh, e-oh. Great donkeys. Well done, guys. Now, they got settled in the stable and sure enough, soon as they arrived, the baby Jesus was born into a manger. Now, I've got a question. Does anybody know what a manger is? It's a bit of a funny word, isn't it? Have a think. I'm hoping that some of you said it is the place where a pig or a sheep would normally eat out of. It's like a steel basin like this. And it had lots of straw in. And they wrapped him in swaddling cloths. Have a look. The baby Jesus was born. Now, meanwhile, there were some shepherds in the field watching their sheep, minding their business, okay? And then An angel appeared to the shepherds and said, "You must go to Bethlehem. A king has been born." And the shepherds were also a little bit afraid, but they said, "Okay, well, we trust you, so we're going to go." So they went to Bethlehem to visit Mary and Joseph. There they are. And the baby Jesus. So the shepherds arrived and they came and they worshipped the baby Jesus because he was a king. Yet he was a small baby. And then the wise men saw a bright, shining star up in the sky. And they thought, what is that bright, shining star doing there? And they checked in their books, their stargazing books, and they found out that a new king had been born and they must follow the star. But on their way there, they were talking to people and they said, "Do you know where the new king is?" Can you have a go at that? Show me your questioning hands. Do you know where the new king is? Can you ask that question? Do you know where the new king is? So they were asking around, do you know where the new king is? Anyone seen the new king? And Herod got wind of this. So he heard, okay, that they were asking about a new king. Now Herod was the king at the time. Very angry man, okay? And he was not happy about this new baby Jesus because this baby Jesus is meant to be the new king and Herod is already the king. And so he said to the wise men, King Herod, okay, I'm going to be King Herod. He said, "I want you to go and find the king baby Jesus immediately and then tell me where he is." So the wise men, off they go to go and see the baby Jesus. And they found the baby Jesus. They found Mary and they found Joseph. And they found the baby Jesus. And they couldn't believe their eyes. Now, when they got there and they went to sleep for the night, they had a dream. And the dream said, "You must not go back to Herod." So they didn't go back to Herod, thankfully. And that is the story of the Nativity and the birth of the baby Jesus and why we celebrate Christmas every year. Thank you so much for joining me on this Christmas story today. It has been so wonderful to see you. I hope you have the most wonderful, the most magical Christmas, and I will see you very soon.